These niggas is waking up. God's people is waking up. The Spirit of the Lord is back on this earth. It was a miracle. And they know when God's people rise up, that their judgment and their slavery is coming soon. So when they see us, they get qualified. So they come from hither. And they are dead. Something to start seeking God, start seeking our Father. And that's all we in this condition. He said, we follow the rebuke of thy God. It's your God, not everybody's God. Don't let nobody claim your God. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is your God. It's the black man's God. It's not nobody else's God but his people's. You get that? Now watch this. They are full of the fear of the Lord, the rebuke of thy God. Therefore, hear now this, thou afflicted, and drunken, but not with wine. So God said, we afflicted, we drunken, but not with wine. Turn this sound around. Turn this sound around. Give me that in Micah 2:11. Micah 2:11. He said, we full of the fear of the Lord. We drunken, but not with wine. You know what I'm saying? Not with actual strong drink. He ain't talking about, people be out there drunk as hell. But God he's speaking in parables right now. He's speaking in codes to where only the man of God can go through this Bible and understand it and interpret it and bring it to the people to give them the sense. Because he didn't make the Bible for all people. He only made it for his children. So he gonna put that spirit in his children to understand his word and to teach it to his people. That's what we're doing right now. So he said, we drunken but not with wine. What is it talking about? What is the Bible speaking about? Hey, how you doing, my brother? I see you got your Bible right there. We in Micah 2:11. We going to talk about the wine that our people are drunken with. Read it. This is the book of Micah, chapter 2, and verse 11. If a man walking in the spirit and falsehood, so God said, if a man walking in the spirit of what? Falsehood, read. Falsehood do lie, saying, I will prophesy unto thee of wine and of strong drink. So God is talking about lies, the spirit of falsehood and lies. He said, I will prophesy to thee of wine and strong drink. What is it talking about? It's talking about Christianity. That's right. It's talking about these religions. It's talking about Islam. All these religions on the earth. The spirit of falsehood and lies. Because the gods of the nation are no gods. They are all dumb gods. They can't move. They can't speak. They can't talk. They not alive. They dead. Our God is living. Our God is the God of the creator of the heavens and the earth. The creator of all people.
Why you turn water to wine, my G?
Why you turn water to wine? It was a miracle. But look, we talking about something else. Because why? Because the Bible is written in parables.
I've been here. I've been there.
Micah chapter 20, verse 11. If a man walking in the spirit and falsehood do lie, saying, I will prophesy unto thee of wine and of strong drink. He shall even be the prophet of this people. Right, so now, go back to Isaiah 51 and 20, 21, whatever verse you was in. I got you. You good, brother. You good. You cool with me.
Yes, sir.
Watch this. Now watch this, read it. The book of Isaiah, chapter 51, and verse 21. Therefore, hear now this, thou afflicted. And God said, hear thou this, O afflicted, and what? And drunken, because we filled with the lies and the philosophies of America. That's right. I said, whether you believe it or not, the way that you was raised, the way that you was educated, it was all under the guise of the white man's plan. Bring it out. You know what I'm saying? And that'd be a better dose of reality. People like, nah, I'm my own man. My mama told me, my daddy told me, my grandma told me. And I said, we ain't learning from no white man. No. Right. We fully submerged in the white man's education. And guess what? They devils. They deceive us. They lie us. That's what God called them. So guess what? He said, thou afflicted and thou drunken. Read on. But not with wine. Thus saith thy Lord, the Lord and thy God, that pleaded the cause of his people. So God, he gonna plead the cause for his people. His people who? Israel, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's his people. He said he gonna plead our cause. God is on our behalf. God has not forgotten us. He's not forsaken us. God is still with his people. Right now, we're just going through God's correction. Thus saith thy Lord, the Lord, and thy God that pleaded the cause of his people. Behold, I have taken out of thy hand the cup of trembling, even the dregs. Right, so God said he taking out of our hand the cup of trembling. The prophecy is that God gonna take the cup of trembling from us. What's that talking about? That's talking about oppression. That's talking about slavery. That's talking about the condition that we live in, the hoods and the ghettos. Our God is going to take away our cup of trembling and the dregs of the reed, and even the dregs of the cup of my fury. Thou shalt no more drink it again. So God said, we're not going to go through this again, go through slavery again. This is the last slavery. This is the last captivity. That's right. God is on his way to deliver his people, Israel. This is the last captivity. He said, I'm not gonna do this no more again. This the time that we're gonna get right. And we're gonna get right with our God, and God is gonna deliver us and judge all nations for the evils that they're doing. You know? But I will put it into the hand of them that afflicted thee. God said, all the stuff that we went through as a people, turn it back around. All this that we went through, going to slavery on slave ships, being packed like sardines. And I said, working in the cotton field, picking sugar cane and tobacco and cotton from sun up to sundown, getting our backs beat. And I said, being rolled over, being told what to celebrate, what to wear, what to eat, what to do, and building everything. That's all going to be put on them. They're going to be put in ghettos. They're going to be put in slums. They're going to be put in prisons. They're going to be put in jails. That's what God said he's going to do to them. Now I said, they're going to be lynched. Yeah, that's the Bible talking about. God said all that they did to me and all that feeling they have for y'all, I'm going to reverse it. I'm going to put it on them. Because, remember, we're his people. We're not in this condition because God hates us. We're in this condition because God has to correct us. And this is the only way to get our people who's stubborn as hell to get to acknowledge God. He said, I got to do something drastic because y'all ain't listening. God tried to have mercy on us time and time again. And I said, when you read the book of Judges, the captivity was short. But then now, you know what I'm saying, our captivity been going for what? We don't even know how. Since Christ died, since 70 AD, we've been in slavery. Thousands of years. So God said, all that affliction that was upon you, I'm going to put it upon the other nations. That's the gospel. That's the good news. You know? But I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee, which have said to thy soul. Hold on, what they say to our soul? Watch this, black man.
I'm coming right back.
Okay.
Right back.
What they say to our soul, read? Which have said to thy soul, bow down. They said to our souls, bow down. In America, the white man says, bow down. What? Meaning what? Be subservient and be submissive to me. And we look at the state of our people, guess what? We are bowed down to them. We reverence them as God. We reverence them as holy. We reverence them as special and chosen people, but not our own. They say to our souls, our oppressors, say, bow down, serve our God. Because how did the black man start worshiping the cross in Christianity? And they start worshiping that stone in Islam? Through slavery, through oppression, through murder, through war, through bloodshed. He said to our souls, bow down. That's in the Bible. Read on. Which have said to thy soul, bow down, that we may go over. And thou hast laid thy body as the ground. And the black man has laid his body as the ground. He laid his body as the ground. Meaning what? And I said, well, we spiritually dead. We lost the fight. The spirit of fight was taken out of the black man. It was taken out of us in slavery. Because why? I said, we seen our sons and our daughters being murdered by the hundreds of thousands, by the millions. And we said, surely, and I said, God is not with us. But guess what? You find out today that God is with our people. God, give me that Revelation 11:11. Us rising back up in these last days. Because he said, the white man said to our soul, and the Arab man said to our soul, and the Chinese man said to our soul, bow down. But God said, what's going to happen in these last days? We don't. The book of Revelation, chapter 11 and verse 11. And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from God entered into them. So, after a dispensation of time after slavery, the spirit of God entered into his people. That's what you're seeing right now. These black men is coming to these streets every day with the Bible word, purple and gold. The spirit of God has entered into them. You know, right? The spirit of life from God entered into them. And they stood up, and they stood upon their feet. And they did what? And they stood upon their feet. So guess what? We're not laying our bodies as the ground no more. The black man is standing up in 2023. God's spirit is back on the earth. So this right now in 2023. And guess what? We rising back up. We not laying our bodies as the ground no more. We not submitted to the nations no more. The only ones who submitted to us what? Our God. Our God. Our God. Read on. And great fear fell upon them which saw them. Great fear fell upon them which saw them. Because guess what? These other nations, they see what we doing, and they say, damn, these niggas is waking up. God's people is waking up. The Spirit of the Lord is back on this earth. And they know when God's people rise up, that their judgment and their slavery is coming soon. So when they see us, they get terrified. They start what? Mislabeling us, or defaming us in the media, just like the times of the 60s, with the civil rights movement, with the leaders. They started to defame their characters. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, all those men that stood up for their people. Guess what? The other nations, when they see that, they say, nah, we gotta defame them. I said, they a threat. They a threat. Why they say that? Because they know once we rise up and we unify as a people, then guess what? All other nations is going into slavery. They know that. So they say, oh, it was great freedom fell upon them, you know. And they heard a great voice from heaven say, so that it goes up hither, and they are up to heaven. Right. So God, His Spirit is on the earth in these last days.
We'll work with anybody and form coalition with anybody that has revolution on their mind. We might not be back. I might be in jail. I might be anywhere. But when I leave, you can remember I said with the last words on my lips that I am a revolutionary.
But 100 years later, the Negro still is not free. We want freedom by any means necessary. We want justice by any means necessary.
This is a revolution done. This time that we're living in, the greatest time on earth, revolution. Spiritual and biblical revolution. All these lives will be shut down in the earth. I live in freedom. He's strong in the Lord. His life. His life. His life. His life. His life.
You can tell by my gait that I'm all in. You can tell by my faith that I'm all in. Front line with the truth, I'ma fall in. Even if it's a dead end, going all in. You can tell by the things I'm involved in. I can lose it all for my calling. If I die for the truth, it's a win-win. And going to the end, going all in. Going all in. Going in, going all in. Going all in. I'm going in, going all in. You can tell by the things I'm involved in. I can lose it all for my calling. If I die for the truth, it's a win-win. And going to the end, going all in. Going all in. Finally, my brother, be strong in the Lord.